I don't know if you saw this, but if you're a Leaf fan, this will feel really good. Mikhail Sergachev was on 32 Thoughts, and he said, we don't want to be the team that Toronto finally got to the second round, and they beat Tampa Bay Lightning. Remember, this is direct quote, so he's Russian, and there's some missing grammar. They didn't go through to the second round, but we didn't want to be that and lose to them. In my head, we should have won every cup. Every year we should win the cup in my head. Yeah, obviously we're pissed off. We don't want to lose. And I had to say, like, first off, first half of that quote, I'm like, you know, as a Leaf fan, you can eat shit. Also, and you know, whatever, nerd. Like, you lost.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, you wouldn't have poop in your pants right now there, Mikhail.
You've lost. But
lol.
The second half of that quote, and I'm not actually trashing Mikhail Sergachev.
I am.
I think he's really good. Is he said, we're pissed off. We don't want to lose. We want to win the cup every year. And so, yeah, I laugh and say eat shit, but I also fucking love that attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, me too.
I love that.
If you're the Tampa Bay Lightning, you should expect to win the cup every year. Again, I keep talking about all the research I've done this summer. Andrei Vasilevsky, I believe, is tied for 12th in all-time NHL Stanley Cup playoff wins with Hasek.
I'm seeing a lot of people.
He's in his 20s still.
I'm seeing a lot of people, to that point, seeing a lot of people say, oh, you know what? It's probably the Leafs division this year. Tampa's had some setbacks, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
well,
what are you, fucking new?
CJ was talking about that on the CJ show that I listened to on the way in here. And, like, the Tampa Bay Lightning very literally don't even give a shit about the regular season. They don't.
No, they don't. But I still think they're going to win the regular season.
No, it's funny watching them throughout the regular season because every now and then they're like, I kind of feel like killing this team tonight. And then they do.
And they fire it up.
They make a point out of it. They did it against the Leafs, actually, in recent memory. And then the Leafs beat them. But the Lightning need to get in. And then whoever they play, regardless of where they finish in the standings, is the underdog.
Yeah.
Tampa could be the second wild card team, and whoever they play is the underdog.
And the reason I bring that, or I interrupted you there, is because of what you said about Vasilevsky. Any team with that guy,
animal,
and Hedman, and Kucherov, and Stamkos,
point,
like you just
Cirelli,
Hagel. It's and their defense is starting to Sergachev is maturing into, I feel like one day that guy could win a Norris. I think that that team is so, I don't know why people are counting them out. I've seen it a lot on Twitter. No. In the preseason projections, Tampa to me is the odds-on favorite to win the Atlantic right now, barring injuries. And I think but I don't think they care, but I still think they will.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to win the Atlantic because it's not a priority for them. Like, I was a little concerned when CJ said the Leafs are going to make it a priority. Just because.
Well, they got to win something.
Well,
I think that they got to get that ball rolling.
Believe me, I had a conversation with myself where I was like, why does that concern you, Stephen? You want them to win, Stephen. I think it'd be great if they won the division, President's Trophy, and the Cup. That'd be great. That would make me the most happy. But if I had to pick just one of those, I'd pick the Cup.
Sure.
I'd pick the Cup.
But it doesn't mean the others aren't important.
Right.
They can be.
They can be.
I think what was a brain breaker there is when they won the Canadian division and fucked it anyway.
Yeah, and the President's Trophy is useless. Like, we don't shit on Boston enough for what they did last year. You know, you run show in the regular season and then you get eliminated like that. Like,
that's on the coach.
Every year consistently since 2012, the President's Trophy has been completely useless.
It's on the coach. He played an injured goalie, and he should.
Yeah.
They had their foot on the Panthers' neck, and he played an injured goalie. I think he's a great coach. I also think he made an enormous mistake and let them back in. He did.
We got to give credit to the Panthers.
Yeah, there's also two. No, but there's
they
two
were
hockeys
up 3-1, guys, and you play an injured goalie.
No, but
the team that can do that.
There's two different kinds of hockey that we watch every year. There's playoff hockey and there's regular season hockey. And the Florida Panthers figured out how to play playoff hockey as good as anybody.
Not just playoff hockey, deep series playoff hockey, where you can just fucking do
Game
whatever
6
you want.
and 7 hockey. It's another different kind of hockey.
Beat the fuck out of your opponent. Man, that highlight of Gudis with Marchand is so funny. So funny. Do not build a team for regular season successes. There's no point.
And we'll do season previews and stuff like this. I would not be shocked as far as the Leafs go if they take a step back in the regular season and they finish third in the division.
And it's going to drive people nuts.
But they're tougher to play against in the playoffs. Here's the thing, man. I want players to look at Toronto like, fuck, I don't want to play there. Like when they're not in the free agency. I want them to play, when their contracts are up and come sign a big contract in Toronto, that'd be great. But when you're rolling into Toronto and it's November, I want you to say to your family, you know what, stay home. That's how I want it to be. Don't fucking come to the ring, because you always have these guys.
We got a snowstorm.
Like, I'm
what are you
gonna
talking
buy
about?
50 fucking tickets and run the Toronto Maple Leafs out of their own building.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. There's a lot of Southern Ontario guys here. Grew up Leaf fans. I get it. I want it to change. I want it to be fucking. Oh, you're from Southern Ontario? You're not leaving with all your teeth tonight.
You want it to be a Metallica concert.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, Adam.
What's the punch in that?
Oh, it's just
It's a flourish.
Oh, you
words.
meant the players.
I don't mean it literally.
Oh, okay.
I meant the players.
Okay, I was like,
Not the family members.
Not the family members. The family's fine.
Okay.
And I hope they all have
We
good
thought you
dental
were
plans.
advocating to get family members.
I'm talking about like mom and dad. Sure, you guys can come, but let's not bring my aunts and cousins and whatever, because I don't want that kind of pressure.
They might not leave
the
with
Toronto
you.
Maple Leafs are not going to make it easy on
you get that. Not all parents are excited to see their kids fight.